Welcome to Cavaletto Studios. I'm Chris, looking to stretch and strengthen at the same time. In today's class, we will get physical with the yoga flow that incorporates planks. So grab your mat and let's get started. Let's begin in an easy seat. Cross those legs, have a seat on the floor. You can sit on a block or blanket, whatever feels good to you. Pull those shoulders back and down. Align the chin, pulling it in. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Let's start with slowing down our breath. Breathing in nice and long, slow, gentle breaths. If you are comfortable, feel free to close your eyes so you can tune in to your posture, your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out. Feeling the shoulders start to relax a little more, falling further away from your ears, lengthening through the neck. Feel the muscles of your face softening. Again, tune into the legs. The hands are resting on the thighs. Today, if you would like to set an intention for your practice, feel free. One more breath. And then let your eyes gently blink open. Give them a little flutter. And then whenever leg is in front, that's your more comfortable one, I want you to switch. Put the opposite leg in front. Might feel a little awkward when you cross those legs, but opposite leg. Then we'll take our right hand and place it on the floor next to us. The left arm comes up to the sky. And then bend your right elbow. Let your right shoulder melt away from the ear and side bend to your right. Another breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to inhale all the way up. And then windmill the arms. Opposite arm on the floor, reach that right arm up. Bend that left elbow, lean over to the left. And just breathe, relax the neck. We're going to inhale both arms up this time. Press the palms together and then exhale the palms to heart space. Elbows wide, shoulders come down. Pressing the fingertips and open the fingers wide so there's a lot of space between them. And then rotate the fingers down towards the floor, but keeping the elbows wide. And then rotate them up. So we're getting a little bit of a wrist stretch. And then rotate the fingertips down. The whole palm rotates. Then the thumbs come up towards the sternum. And then one more time. Fingertips down and lift them back up. And then gently press your left hand towards the right and twist to your right. And look behind you. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale it out, rotate through the center to the other side. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. And then come back to center. Pressing the palms together, press the hands all the way up to the sky. Try to keep those palms pressed in. Try not to let the head fall forward. And then exhale, palms back down to heart space. Elbows wide, shoulders relaxed. Rotate those fingertips back to the floor. And then back up. One more time. And back up. Interlace those fingers. And then bring the fingertips forward. Bring them forward. Straightening out through the elbows. Shoulders, they tend to float upward when we go here. So pull them down and lengthen through the spine. Feel the crown of your head pulling upward to the sky, pulling that chin in alignment. And then rotate the upper body to the right, keeping the arms straight. You might feel a little bit of a pull through that left shoulder. And then slowly rotate to the other side. And breathe. And then back to center. Flip the palms up and then reach them up to the sky. Nice opening of the chest, armpits. And then flip the palms to face your body. They're still up in the air, so the backs of the hands are to the sky. Lean to your right. And inhale up. Exhale to the left. Just feel that stretch. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, both arms all the way back to the floor. Enjoy that whoosh, feel the shoulders. And then inhale, both arms up to the sky again. Tap the fingers, and then exhale, reach and twist to your right. Left hand to the right knee, lift and twist. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, release, come all the way back through the center, arms come up. And then come rotate to the left, lengthen through the spine. And then inhale, lift to the sky. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead, reach it to the right. And then come all the way up and inhale and try the other side. And then back all the way up to the center. Big hands come to the floor then, and big shoulder rotation. Rotate those shoulders. Get things loosened up. And then we're going to bring the palms up on the thighs, pull the elbows into the rib cage, shoulders down, draw the chin to the chest, stretch through the back of the neck, and then rotate your right ear to the right shoulder, stopping at the shoulder. Maybe lift the chin slightly, and then chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin up a little bit. Get a little extra neck stretch on that right side. Chin to chest. Now option here is to roll your right ear to the right shoulder. And you can go all the way back across the back if you want, or just stay across the front. So it's up to you. And then when your left ear gets to the left shoulder, you go chin to chest, and then reverse direction. All the way around, eyes can be closed, relax. Meeting in the middle at the chin to chest. And then lengthen through the spine, open the eyes, draw the chin into alignment. Inhale the arms to shoulder level. Flip those palms down. Pull the pinky fingers towards the back wall. Then turn your palms forward so your thumbs are to the sky. Bend the elbows, find your goddess or cactus arms, opening up. And then straighten out those arms again, warming up the upper back as well. Palms rotate towards the floor, so they're still lengthened. The arms are long to the sides, but the palms face the floor. Then you're going to take your right elbow and slide it under your left, or crisscross them in front of you, right under left, and then bend your elbows, find your eagle arms. And draw the arms up and down. Now I'm going to show you a variation option. You can still have your right arm under. Just bend your elbows, stack your elbows, and place your hands on your shoulders. And you can lift and lower the elbows. So again, that's just a variation of eagle arms just to help if you have any shoulder injuries going on. It's just a nice stretch for the shoulders. And draw those elbows up and down, either posture. And you want this to feel good. A few more, up and down. And then hold it level, elbows at level with the shoulders. Twist to your right. Lengthen through the spine so we're not slouching. One more breath. And then on your exhale, transition to the right. The left. You were just on your right. And then slowly coming through the center. So whether your hands are on your shoulders or they're interlaced, you're going to unwind and unbind. And extend those arms out to the side. Let the arms float to the floor. Feel that nice little hydration of those shoulders. And then let them float back to shoulder level. Thumbs go up, palms face the front. Open up the arms a little more. Make sure your chin's not falling forward. And then bend the elbows again. And just feel that upper back really opening up, pulling backwards as the chest opens up. Another breath. Relax those shoulders and then extend the arms out to the side again, palms down this time. Now the left elbow is going to cross under the right this time. So crisscross the arms in front. And again, you can put your hands on the shoulders or you can wind the arms around each other for your eagle arms. And then draw those elbows up and down. Nice little massage through the shoulder joint as long as it doesn't hurt. Feel that good stretch. And again, if your hands are on your shoulders, just draw those elbows, same thing, up and down. And then hold the elbows about shoulder level. Gently twist to your left. Just feel that nice stretch through that right shoulder. We're breathing, we're lengthening. Make sure the head's not tilted up or too far down. And then slowly transition through the center to the other side. And then back through the center, and then slowly release. Extend the arms out to the side, and let them float to the floor. And then this time, you're going to take both hands, and you're going to reach them behind the back, interlace the fingers, and gently press those palms together, and feel that chest opening. Turn sideways. And yes, I know still the opposite, the awkward leg is in front. That's on purpose. So open it up. Make sure your chin's not falling forward. Keep things in alignment. Lifting the arms towards the sky the best that you can. One more breath. And then we're going to release those arms. Bring the palms together back to heart space. Elbows up, shoulders down. Open those fingers wide as you press the fingertips and the palms together. Rotate the fingertips towards the floor. And then back up, thumbs towards chest, and then flip them down again, and then back up. Draw the palms upward, pressing them together, lifting overhead. Right hand comes all the way to the floor. Walk that right hand out as far as you can, leaning over to the right. Maybe you drop your elbow to the floor. But notice if you're rotating up off that left butt cheek or the knee comes up. If you have to bring the knee up, then just keep it down and don't bend your elbow. That's okay. And one side will be easier than the other. Inhale, lift all the way up. Both arms come up. Left arm to the floor. Walk it out as far as you can. And again, notice if the knee on the right is coming up or if you're rotating off that right butt cheek. Just lengthen through that right arm. Bend the left elbow. And again, one side might be easier than the other. And then we're going to come all the way back up. Both arms come to the center. Meet the palms over your head. Exhale, palms to heart space. And release those hands. Now you're going to take your left knee, and I want you to bring it, bend the knee and pull it out to the side and pull your left foot behind you. So your feet are kind of like a zigzag or a Z. And then you're going to bring your right hand out, drop to the elbow again, reach that left arm overhead, maybe straighten out your left leg. Reach it out, reach it out. And then pull the elbow in, the left elbow, sit up nice and tall, pull your knee in, back to that zigzag. Now you're going to place your left hand on your left ankle. Sit up nice and tall, reach the right arm up, and over to the left, our mermaid. Wiggle those toes. Now if it's hard to get up into that space and that arm just doesn't feel like you're going to fall over, you can hold the ankle and you can just push on the floor with your right hand pushing your body to the left. So that's a variation. Pull your left elbow towards your rib cage or your glute, stretching out the right side of the body. And then we're going to release. Go ahead and bring that left knee in, back to where it was. Tilt to the left butt cheek. Pull your right foot behind you towards that right glute. So now your feet are zigzag the opposite way. Bring your left arm to the floor, drop to the elbow. Reach your right arm overhead. And then lengthen and straighten that leg, that right leg. And breathe. One more breath. And then we're slowly going to pull the elbow in, pull that knee in. So the right knee is against the left foot. Hold on to the right ankle with the right hand. You can use your left hand to push onto the floor, leaning to the right, or you can lift your arm up. Little side bend, stretching it out. One more breath. And then we're going to bring the hands to the floor. And I want you to rotate both hands towards the front of your mat, depending on where you are. You're going to transition, come out of your zigzag feet, and come to a tabletop. Find your tabletop. Spread out the fingers, wrist under the shoulders, and then we're going to tuck our back toes under, and we're going to find our full plank. Really hollow out the belly. Push your elbows down and in, almost like you're going to bend a bar with your hands. Engaging those core muscles. And breathe. Now, option here, a variation is to be on your knees, but the knees are behind the hips. You're not in tabletop and those hips are not over the knees. You're forward with the hips or in a full plank. Now from here, you're going to take your right knee and you're going to pull it to your right elbow. The toe is off the floor and you're breathing. And then extend that right toe to the back of your mat and bring your left knee to the left elbow. And breathe. We're just warming up that core. And then bring your toe back to the mat. Go ahead and lower to the knees, but keep those hips forward. Untuck your toes. Shift your hips back just enough that you're starting to inch your hips over the knees. And then push into the tops of your feet, maybe lifting your knees off the floor. This is optional. A lot of core here. And then lower the knees to the floor. Shift your hips forward again, tuck your toes, find your full plank. And breathe. Now you're going to take your go up to the tippy toes, shift your body forward, shift backwards into the balls of the feet, and then shift your hips upward, and then pedal out your knees. Let's find our downward facing dog, and walk your dog. And just notice the difference. Move through those hips. Press into those fingertips and the palms. You want this to feel good. Find your downward facing dog. Bend those knees so you don't go into that low back. And then we're going to shift back to our full plank. And then we're going to shift back to down dog. And you're shifting back to your plank. 2 more times. Downward facing dog, and then to plank. Don't forget your breath. Downward facing dog, nice exhale. Inhale to plank. Hold your plank. Tap your right toe out to the side, to the middle, out to the side, to the middle, out to the side, to the middle. 2 more times, out to the side, middle, last one. Tap the toe. Toe back in place. Now left foot, bring it off the floor. Tap it to the left of the mat and then center. Left of the mat, center. Left of the mat, center. 2 more times. And 1 more. And then back to your downward facing dog. Good. We're going to plant our left foot into the floor. Right leg comes up, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee and pull your right foot between your hands. And then you're going to come up to a crescent lunge, lifting up. Draw those thumbs to the back. Open up the chest, looking up diagonally at the ceiling. Bend into that back knee just slightly. Straighten out the back leg. Bend into it a little more. Straighten. Now this time when we bend the knee, I want you to lower that knee all the way to the floor. If you need a blanket or a pillow under the knee, that's fine. Bring your arms all the way down next to the body. So your left knee's on the floor, your right knee is over the right ankle. You're going to have your hands on your hips and you're going to shift your body forward. So you're really getting that left hip flexor stretching. That back toe on the left, I want you to untuck it. So the top of your foot is on the floor. Then you're going to shift your hips backwards. Keep your hands on your hips. Stay tall, pull your right toe up. And then bring that foot back to the floor, hinge forward. Now, option here, you can bring your hands to the floor. Another option, if you have blocks, if you want to use blocks, is a great way to get a little support, and then straighten out that right leg again, pull the toe up. And again, like I said, you can use blocks, or you can even have your hands on the floor if your flexibility allows it. Otherwise, you don't have to use blocks at all. All right, and then you're going to bend into that front knee again, hip flexor, and then back into that back leg, straighten the front leg, and then forward again, low lunge. That back toe, you're going to tuck it back under, hands on the floor, step back to plank. Find your strength and breath. From here, we're going to lower to a chaturanga. See if you can hold it right above the floor. If you need to put your knees on the floor, you can. You're going to push back up to a plank. And then from here, you're going to shift to your downward facing dog. Changing things up on you a little today. If you need to pedal out your feet, you can. You can shift your hips, walk your dog, and then find your downward facing dog, knees soft. Plant your right heel into the floor to lift the left leg, three-legged dog. And you're going to take your left foot, bend the knee, and you're going to pull that left foot between your hands. The knee is over the ankle. Let's find our crescent lunge. Drawing it up, thumbs towards the back wall. You're going to straighten the back leg, bend into it, straighten the back leg, bend into it one more time, straighten just the back leg, and then bend a little lower, open up your crescent. Now you're going to lower that back knee all the way to the floor. Make sure your left knee is over the ankle. Hands on the hips, hinge forward. And then, in the back toe, untuck it, and then hinge backwards. So that left toe is coming up, and then bend into it again. Bending that front knee. And again, same thing on this side. Maybe this is challenging for the hips, and maybe you want to use the blocks. Straighten your front leg, pull your toe up, lean into it, bend the front knee, hinge forward, stretching out that right hip flexor, straighten the leg, and again, or optional, you can come to the floor. Just showing options. So you're feeling that nice, lovely stretch through the hamstring, the toes are coming up, and then you can hinge forward, hands on the floor. There's no right or wrong, just variations. One last time, hinge back, and again, you don't have to use the blocks. They're great tools to get you deeper into your posture without injury. And then last one, bend into that front knee. Hands on the floor, tuck your back toe under, step back to plank. Nice and strong. Breathe, just hold your plank. Chaturanga. Option, you can do a baby cobra here. You can do an up dog, or you can push back up into your full plank. You get lots of options on this one. And then downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet, walk your dog. We're going to melt that left foot into the floor, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee, pull that right knee towards your nose. Little plank mark here, and then extend that right leg back up. And then bring that right foot between your hands again. Find your crescent lunge. Lifting all the way up. Remember, getting up and down off the floor is the key. We have to practice. So come up to that crescent. Find your length, open up that chest. We're going to pivot onto your back left heel. Find your warrior two. Open up your right knee. Lengthen, look over your right hand. Make sure you look down at your right toe. Make sure you can see your big toe. And your knee is not collapsing in, but opening up. Lengthen, tuck your chin slightly in. Bend into that front knee a little deeper, a little more. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Inhale, both arms up, straighten both legs. Exhale, back to warrior two. Windmill both hands towards the floor. Pivot off of your back heel. Find a lunge, low lunge, but the knee is off the floor. And just hold here for a moment. Feel that nice stretch. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. Use blocks if it's hard to reach the floor. A lot of hip stretching going on here. Now you're going to lower that left knee to the floor. Walk your hands up the thigh. Bring both hands to the sky and then press the palms together. Thumbs towards your spine, elbows to the sky, and open up that chest. And breathe. One more breath. Extend the arms to the sky. Keep the palms together. Now you're going to twist towards your right knee. Place the tricep on it. Keep the palms pressed. Twist, lengthen, and lift your right elbow to the sky as your right palm presses into your left hand. Get a nice little twist. Slowly come back through the center. Both hands on the floor. Step back to your plank. Lots of fun planks today, right? Hollow out, hold your plank. Find your strength, spread out your fingers, push into the fingertips and the palms. Deep breath in, slowly exhale, Chaturanga. Again, inhale. Here you can hold it. You can do up dog or cobra. You can press back up to that full plank and then downward facing dog. And then pedal out your feet, walk your dog. Make those adjustments, move those hips, and then plant that right foot into the floor, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. You're going to bend the knee. You're going to pull the knee to the nose. Find your plank, hollow out, round through the back. And then lengthen up, lift. Left leg comes up. Then that left foot is coming between your hands. Find your crescent lunge. All the way up. Thumbs towards the back, open up, looking up towards the ceiling diagonally in front of you. And breathe. Good. Make adjustments with your back knee, maybe a little bend and straighten just with the back leg. Checking in with that right hip flexor. Now we're going to pivot onto your heel on that right foot, extend to the front and back. Find your warrior two. Bend into that left knee, make sure you can see your big toe. Feel that nice stretch. Inhale and exhale. Now from here, you're going to windmill all the way back down to the floor. Find your lunge, but it's low. Your knee is off the floor. And again, use your blocks if you need to. Maybe you can have your left arm on the outside of your left knee, or use a block if your arms don't reach that low. Feel that right hip flexor stretching out. And you're breathing. Do a little bit of a movement, maybe a little bend and straighten with that right knee. Then we're going to lower the knee to the floor, that right knee, and then you're going to walk your hands up the left thigh. Come up nice and tall. Bring your palms together at heart space, and then press them up to the sky. Bend your elbows, reach your thumbs towards your spine, elbows to the sky. Make sure that left knee is not falling open. Pull it towards the center line of your body. You might feel more of a stretch in that right hip flexor. You're going to bring the palms back up, press together, twist to your left thigh. Bring the tricep onto it, press the palms, lift your left elbow up to the sky as you twist and press the palms together. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly rotate back through the center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Find your plank, straighten out that back leg. Full plank. Nice and strong. You're going to drop your right hip towards the right side, rolling to the outside edge of your right foot for a side plank. Optional variation is to drop your right knee and kick the foot out to the side. But notice the hips are still closer towards the hand, so you can do that side plank, or option to have your feet stacked or staggered, and open up that top arm. Lift those hips. We warmed up the shoulders at the beginning so we can really get our strength and our power going to hold ourselves up. One more breath. And then we're going to rotate back to our plank, full plank. We're going to the left side. So option, drop your left hip and go onto the outside edge of the left foot, or bring your left knee to the side, kick it out, and rotate to a side plank. Or you can have the legs straight, stacked, or staggered. Lift those hips, open up that top right arm, and breathe. Make sure your butt's not sticking back. You want to tuck it under, push it forward, and then back to your regular plank. And then we're going to draw into our downward facing dog and pedal out your feet. Walk your dog. Soften those knees, melt into it. Good. Now you're going to step, hop, or walk forward, both feet forward. And just bend those knees when you get forward, and just let your belly rest on your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. From forward fold, a variation. Hands on the shins. Lengthen the legs, the arms, and the spine. Flat back, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise. All the way up. Palms together. Exhale, palms to heart space. Press the palms together. Lift the elbows, lower those shoulders, and bring those thumbs right at that chest bone at the sternum. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel your feet grounding into the earth, and then take a peek down. Make sure your toes are straight, 1 to 2 fist distance between them. And then inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, lift. Side bend to the left. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, both palms together. You're going to walk your feet all the way together so the big toes are touching and the thighs are touching. So we're going to do a movement here, a flow move. We're going into Uttatasana, chair pose, but we're going to be moving in and out of it. So you're going to inhale the arms up, and then as you exhale, sit into your tall chair. Feel like someone's still pulling your arms upward. Option to have your hands at your heart. That's fine, or just have them a little lower or out to the side. And then we're going to inhale, lengthen and lift. And then exhale back down. Get a little lower each time. Inhale, lift. Lengthen. Exhale back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale down into your chair. Now we're going to keep the arms long. If they're not long, bring them up, lengthened. Twist to your left, but reach your right arm forward. Left arm back. Thumbs turn upward. Shift your body weight to the right foot. Keep it on the right foot and straighten both legs. Inhale, lift with the twist, and then rotate to center. And then exhale back down into your chair. Twist to the right. Reach your left arm forward, right arm back. Shift your weight to the left leg. Keep looking to that right side. Inhale, lift, straighten both legs. When you get to the top, twist to the center. Exhale, palms to heart space. A little variation. Inhale, both arms come up. Interlace the fingers at the top, index fingers. I'm going to turn forward. Your feet and thighs are still together, lengthening. You're going to bend to your left. Put your weight in your left foot. Bring your right toe out to the side. A little balance here, so you're not going to lock out your left knee, you're softening it and lifting your right foot off the floor. So a little side bend with balance. Maybe flex your right foot. Find your focal point, lengthening, and then slowly coming back to neutral. Nice and tall. Relax your shoulders, make sure your head can move. Shift your body weight to the right. Start to lean to the right. Bring your left toe out to the side. Option to lift it off the floor. And again, make sure your knee is not locked. It's soft. You can flex the foot. One side might be easier than the other. Embrace the wobbliness. Working those side obliques, and then bring the feet back together. Release the palms to heart space. Press them together. Bring those toes back to touching. And then open up to mountain your Uttatasana, but with the feet together. And breathe. Continuing on with a little bit of our balance. You're going to put your weight into your left foot, and you're going to bring your right knee up to about hip level. Flex your right foot. And then you're going to bend the knee and open it up to a figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Now, option, you can stay here. You can bring your palms to heart space. You can bring your arms up. You can lower into it, bending that opposite knee. So you'd be bending your left knee. Option to reach for the floor or hold on to the leg. Again, option where you want to go on this one today. And just breathe, embrace that wobbliness. And then slowly straightening out the left leg, lengthening through the spine, and then release the hands to the side and the foot to the floor. And just give it a little shake. Draw those toes all the way back together, thighs together, open up to your mountain, ground your feet into the floor. Shift all your weight onto that right leg. Lift the left knee up, hip level. Flex the foot, arms are open. Find your dristi, your non-moving focal point on the floor or the wall in front of you. And then we're going to open up that knee, that left knee, cross the ankle over the thigh. And again, option for the hands next to you at your heart space or up in the air. And then bend that right knee. Melt into it. And again, maybe this is where you go to the floor. Maybe you hold your leg. Maybe today you want to stay more upright and keep that chest lengthened or up higher. It's again up to you. This is my wobbly leg today. And then we'll slowly take your time coming up and out. If you want to stay into it longer, you can. And when you come up, you're just going to give it a shake. Shake it out. And wherever you are on your mat, you're going to come back to your top of your mat. If you're not there, we're going to inhale the arms up. And then exhale, forward fold, swan dive. And when you come down, bend the knees. And we're going to step back to our plank. Nice and strong and tall. Open it up. Breathe. Planks are so good for us. From here, an option, you can be on your knees if you would like. We're going to lower to our elbows into an elbow plank. But I still want you nice and strong, powered up through the core. Got a little core work going here. You're going to pull your right knee towards your right tricep. And then you're going to send it back. And then you're going to pull your left knee towards your left tricep. And then you're going to send it back. And then you're going to take your right toe and tap it to the outside of your mat and bring it back. And then your left toe to the outside of the mat and bring it back. Keep challenging yourself. Now you're going to bring your knees towards the floor. Untuck your toes. Lower your belly towards the floor, and then stack your hands and bring your chin on top of your hands. And just let your belly and your body rest for a moment. And then you're going to bring your hands next to your chest. I want you to bend your knees and bring your feet up into the air. And the hands are right next to the rib cage. Look down at your mat, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, push yourself all the way straight up onto the knees. So you're in a variation of plank on the knees. Hollow out the belly. Use those core muscles. Use those core muscles. Good. Bend, tuck the toes under, bring the feet to the floor. Straighten out just your right leg as you push the right toe into the floor. Start to lift your hips so your left knee comes off the floor, and then bring your left foot off the floor. So it's both arms and the right leg holding you up. Straighten out your left leg and place the toe on the floor, full plank. Lower your right knee to the floor. Good. Engage the core, lift the left knee and right knee and right foot off the floor. We just switch sides. Both feet back on the floor. Switch to your downward facing dog. Shift upward. Bend and straighten the knees, walk your dog, rotate your hips. Now you're going to take your right leg up, three-legged dog, left foot down, bend your right knee, pull the right knee towards your right wrist, and find your pigeon. Sliding your left leg all the way back so your right ankle is a little closer towards your left hand. Melt into it. Start to shift your body gently side to side. So your left leg is straight behind you, the top of your knee and the top of your foot are on the floor. Please feel free to put a block or blanket under that right hip if it doesn't go to the floor. And then walk your hands forward to your pigeon. If it bothers your knee or hip, an option is your reclining pigeon, laying on your back, reaching either your left thigh, holding onto it with your right ankle crossed like a figure four over your left thigh, or you can hold into your shin. Either one is a nice variation to keep those joints safe if that doesn't feel good to you. And you're just relaxing here, again, making adjustments as needed. One more breath. And then when you're done, you're going to walk your hands in close to that leg. You're going to shift over onto your right hip. If you have a block or blanket, take it out. Pull your left leg back in, all the way up. So you're sitting on your right butt cheek. Pull your left knee in. Sit on both glutes. Now that left foot can go on the floor in front of your right shin, or you can bring it across if you can keep that glute back down on the floor. You're going to lengthen through the spine, hug your left knee with your right hand, and then bring your left hand back as a kickstand. And just twist. Pull your chest towards that knee that you're holding. Twisting towards that knee. And you're breathing. Feel that nice stretch. Continue to breathe in and out. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. And then we're going to slowly release, unwind that leg. You might want to bring that left leg back behind you because we're going to find our plank. This is our last plank. Nice and tall, shifting into the toes. Option to throw in a Chaturanga. You can do an up dog or cobra, or push back up to that full plank. And then find your downward facing dog. And walk out those feet, shift those hips, press the fingertips and palms into the floor. Now we're going to do the opposite. So plant your right foot and lift the left leg, three-legged dog. And then you're going to pull the knee, left knee to the left wrist, finding your pigeon. Slide your right leg way back behind you. So the top of your right knee and the top of your right foot is on the floor. Shift your body side to side, and again, go onto a block or blanket. If it's really hard to get that hip on the floor, put something under it. Otherwise, you can melt to the floor. Option for a reclining pigeon would be to lay on your back, and you take your left ankle this time and place it over your right thigh, and you could pull the right foot off the floor and hug that right. You would thread the hand through the thigh and hold on to it, that right thigh or the shin. So it's a good variation just to get that glute stretch if the regular pigeon is not in your practice for your body at this moment, and that's okay. That's why there's so many variations for every posture. So we have one more breath here. And then we're going to walk our hands upward, bring them back towards the shin. If you're on a block or blanket, slide it out from the left hip, and we're going to sit on our left hip and bring that right leg forward. And you'll place the foot in front of the shin or across that left thigh. I'm going to reach that left arm, hug that right knee in nice and tight. Right hand behind you, lift and twist towards that bent knee. And just find your breath, lengthen through the spine. Feel the belly expanding into the thigh with each breath. Let the belly come out. Let it go out the sides, the back, everywhere. Expanding and contracting. One more breath. And then we're going to unwind. Go ahead and uncross that leg. Bring both legs out in front of you, seated on your bottom. Hands behind your back, and then feet flat on the floor. And then just drop your knees gently side to side. Feeling that nice massage through the glutes. Maybe the hips are opening a little more. One more, either side. And then we come back to the center. This is where we're going to hold on to the backs of the thighs, lengthen through the spine, start to hinge backwards. Pull the toes up, heels on the floor, find your boat pose, Uttatasana. Option to let go of your thighs, option to float your boat, or extend the arms. And just breathe. Relax those shoulders a little more. Inhale and exhale. You're floating your boat, right? We're going to pedal out your feet. Option to have your feet on the floor. You're still floating your boat there. Working that core. Let's row our boat. Let's go on a little trip here. Maybe do some kayaking. Keep on rowing and paddling. Almost there. Working that core. Nice. We're going to hug the knees. Try to pull them in as you lengthen through the spine, but you're still leaning back. You're still engaging the core, and the feet are off the floor if possible. Now we're slowly going to lower ourselves to the floor. Try to keep the feet up just a bit until you get all the way onto your back and your head is down, and then you can let your feet go to the floor, and then we'll bend the knees and we'll walk the feet back towards our hips, maybe reaching for your ankles or your heels. Walk your shoulders away from the ears, and then find your bridge. Lengthening, lifting through the hips, nice and long spine. Make sure your knees are not dropping open, but keeping them in alignment with the hips. Option to reach the arms overhead. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to lower the hips, bring the hands back towards the heels. And then bring your arms to cactus arms, nice and wide, elbows about level with the shoulder, backs of the hands on the floor. You're going to take your right ankle and we're going to cross it over the left thigh and open up that right knee. Do a couple ankle rotations with that right ankle, both directions. Then you're going to drop both knees to your right. So you're really going to get a nice stretch through that left hip flexor. Maybe feel it through the chest wall, keeping both shoulders on the floor. Another deep breath in. You can look to the left if you would like. Take one more breath. And then on your exhale, bring your head to neutral. Slowly bring those knees back to neutral. Extend that right leg all the way up to the sky. point and flex the ankle. Control that right foot as you point it and slowly start to lower it to the floor. But once you get towards the floor, don't let it touch. It gets really close, but no touching. The belly's engaged. And then without touching the floor again, start to bend the knee and glide that foot in towards the hip without touching. Then when it gets to where it can't go anymore, put your foot on the floor. Take your time. And then you're going to take your left ankle, cross it open over the right thigh, open it up. Rotate the ankle a couple of directions each way. Flex the foot and then drop both knees to your left and look to the right. And just notice the difference on this side. If there's a different pull, keep your shoulders level on the floor. One more breath. And then when you exhale, you'll bring your head to neutral. Bring the knees back up to neutral. That left knee is open, and then you're going to extend that left leg up to the sky, point and flex the foot. Good. And then you're going to point the toe, and then slowly start to lower that long leg, left leg towards the floor. Keeping the core tight, but once you get towards the floor really close, don't let the foot touch, and then start to bend the knee, slowly gliding it in, again, working the core. And then bring that foot to the floor. And then we're going to hug the knees into the chest and give it a rock side to side. And then we'll release those legs back to the floor. And we're going to straighten out the legs, let them fall open. Walk your shoulders away from the ears. Palms are up, closing the eyes, finding your Shavasana. And just breathe here. Feel the belly expanding and releasing. No pressure. If you have any issues like with your back and it feels better to bend the knees, feel free to have them bent. You don't have to have them straight. Feel your body melting into the mat. Thank your body for all that it's done for you to get you to this point today in this day. We're going to start to wiggle our fingers and our toes. And then if your legs are straight, we are going to bend the knees. Place the feet flat on the floor. And then just pick a side to turn onto. And you can use your arm as a pillow as you want, and then use the top hand to pull your knees towards your chest. Give your back a little stretch. And then you'll use your top arm to slowly help you come all the way up. Find the easy seat, cross-legged, whichever leg feels good to you, which will probably be the opposite of what when we switched it up. So go back to that, whatever leg feels good in front. Draw the shoulders over the hips. Draw the chin into alignment. And bring the palms down onto your thighs, elbows back into your rib cage. And just notice if you're leaning forward or if you can sit a little taller and improve your posture. So we got the shoulders nice and warmed up today. We worked through that core. Got everything moving. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms overhead. Look up at the hands and then exhale, palms to heart space. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.